I guess drugs were kind of always part of my family. When I was a kid and my parents decided to divorce, my mom continued to use, and my dad kind of got, so always kind of grew up around it. I mean, they kept the hard drugs away from us. I mean, they'd smoke pot. And they separated, and my grandparents told my dad, like, if you don't stop, we'll find a way to take your kids. If you don't stop and get your life together, you can live here, you guys can move back in, and you can do what you have to do, but you need to do it. And my mom at that point signed away her parental rights. And after that, she ended up in prison, so I didn't see her a lot. I didn't see her at all for years, maybe here and there. When my dad finally kicked me out of the house, I think I was 14 the first time we got in a real big fight. He kicked me out of the house and he said, okay, you can go to your grandparents' house, back to your grandparents' house, or you can go to your mom's. They both moved formed and they're both on their way. Who do you want me to call and tell them, never mind. So I told him, of course, my grandparents. I'm going to stay with my mom. My mom was cool. She did that party. She didn't mind it. I mean, school is definitely a priority, but how could she enforce it if I was doing things like that?
Yeah.
Really, how could she be serious about it if she was letting me get away with what I was getting with my mom for a while until things she couldn't handle me anymore, and I bounced back and forth. I went to my grandparents' house for a while, and then back to my mom's for a while, back to my grandparents for a while, and back to my parents' house for, I think it was like 3 weeks, and at that point I had a girlfriend that I was serious about and things like that. I think I was like 19.
Okay.
And that's when things started to fall apart. I dropped out of school. I broke my arm, so I couldn't hold a pencil, but I was doing so well at the time in independent studies. She was like, just take the time off. You're doing well right now. You're not too far behind. You're doing okay. You're catching up.
Yeah.
So just take a little time off, and at that point, that's when things started going bad, and that's when I got my first criminal charge. That's when my parents said, okay, you're done. And my grandparents were, okay, we can't have you here anymore. That's when I just really started being homeless, and that's when drugs at that point were
Like
my whole life